Good to see you, Kevin.
Good to see you,
Thank
Pat.
you for coming in.
You're
I appreciate
welcome.
That. I enjoyed our conversation after the seminar a little bit.
Me too,
I did.
yeah.
So thanks for coming in. You're divorced. I'm sad to hear that.
Yes,
but
I am.
The more I get to know you, I can understand that.
I'm kind of a
Makes
jerk.
sense.
Hopefully this isn't foreshadowing.
Are you working?
No, I'm retired.
You're retired? What'd you retire from?
I was a teacher.
Oh, excellent. My wife is a teacher, so you guys got a little bit in common. What'd you teach?
I taught science.
Oh, perfect. Excellent. Did you enjoy it?
I love science, yeah.
Okay, good. Good to know. Did you like my program the other night?
I loved it.
Okay. And did you notice that I believe in keeping money safe?
I saw that, yeah.
Okay. And Kevin, can I assume that we're here because you have some money that you'd like to keep safe from market declines?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Perfect. Excellent. There's a couple of things, Kevin, that all of my clients want, and we're going to have to agree on if we're going to go any further than this. Number one is safety first. I just simply won't risk my clients' assets. Number two, a reasonable rate of return. And finally, I like to keep things simple. And this is what all of my clients want. But most importantly, Kevin, is that what you want for some of your money?
What's a reasonable rate of return?
You know, that's a good question. I get that a lot. And I like to say that we're going to average 3 to 6%. But the honest truth is, I really don't know what the market's going to do in the future.
So it's not guaranteed.
It's not guaranteed at all. And I assume that if the market keeps doing what it's been doing in the past, was just going up and down and up and down, I hope we're going to average somewhere between 3 to 6%.
Okay.
Are you okay with that kind of average?
It seems a little low. I mean, forgive me, I've seen a few other advisors because I really want to make a good decision with my 403B money.
Sure.
And I've been shown 6-7% guarantees. So.
6-7% guarantees. Wow, that sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't have that. This is really what I have to offer. And it's what I do. So if you don't like that, I'm going to be okay with that. But I'm going to probably hope to average somewhere between 3 to 6%.
But you can't guarantee 6 or 7 like the other guys?
I don't know how they're guaranteeing that. I'd be willing to look at it, but I'm going to tell you no.
Here,
I cannot
this is what they
guarantee
gave
3
me.
to 6%. Oh, you have an illustration.
Oh
Wonderful.
yeah, here it is.
Perfect. Okay.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Isn't it?
Excellent. I can hardly wait to look at it.
I know.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's beautiful. Look at it.
Okay. So I'll look at it and see if they're really guaranteeing you 7 to 8%? 10?
That one's 7%.
7%. Okay, I'll take a look at it and see if they're really guaranteeing 7%. But before we go any further, for me, for anything that we might do, I sense you might have a problem with our rate of return. Is this not what you want?
Well, can you beat the 7%?
Almost certainly I cannot guarantee that I can beat 7%. In fact, I'm just going to say no. I probably won't be able to beat 7%.
Okay.
So it's okay. You can't offend me if you'd like to if you want to break my streak, Kevin, that's okay. But
Well, if you can't beat 7%, I don't know what else to do here.
well, we'll worry about that later. Do you really think you're guaranteed 7% on this?
Yeah, it says 7% right there.
Okay. Yeah, I can see you wrote it in with your pen. Yes, it does. It says 7% right
Looks
there.
great. Yeah, it's nice. Right? 7%.
That's fantastic. Did you write that in with your pen yourself?
No, they did.
They
It
did for you.
changed from 6 to 7.
Oh.
There's like a little promotion going on.
Things got better, and that's a guarantee every year of 7%.
Yeah.
Is that on something called an income rider, maybe, Kevin, or is that just a flat out, we're going to guarantee you 7% for forever?
I don't know. They told me 7%. So
Okay.
I mean, this says that I get that 7%, right? Yeah, 7, 7, 7, 7.
Yeah. It actually says 4-12-0. 4. Is that what you're pointing at?
You're reading the wrong column. See, 7, 7, 7, 7, right there. Right there.
Yeah. Okay. 77777. That's what it says all the way down. That looks like an income rider. It's a roll up on there. Is that what you're referring to?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, all right. So we'll take a look at that. But let me ask you this: if this doesn't turn out the way you think it will, if what you think to be true on this turns out not to be true, and 7% guaranteed really isn't guaranteed for you, what's your next option? Would you be okay with somewhere between 3 to 6 if this really doesn't turn out to be what you think it is, or are you going to insist on something better than 3 to 6?
No, I like these things. if it says that it's not going to give me that, sure.
Well, I'm not saying it's not going to give you that. I'm saying we'll take a look at it. Most of the time, people don't understand what an income rider is. Do you understand how that works?
No idea.
Okay. Well, let's take a peek at it before we even go any further, and we'll see if we can help you or not. And maybe I can't. So if I can't, that's just the way it's going to go. Here's how an income rider works, Kevin. You're going to get 7% on here. It's a nice illustration, too, that they put together for you. They get your name and everything on it. So they're going to give you 7% every year, and that's going to roll up. At the end of, let's say we'll look at this, you put $100,000 in, and 10 years later it's worth about $190,000 on there. Can you take a check out for $190,000?
I don't think so, no.
You don't think so?
I'm not sure.
Okay. I don't think you can either, but I'm familiar with North American. They're a nice company. Did they tell you how you could access that $190,000?
No.
Okay, you can take 5% out. What's your age? Maybe you can take more than that out.
62.
You're 62, so let's just assume you can take 5% out, okay? Does that seem fair?
Yeah.
Okay. If you take 5% out, how many years does it take you to get your money out?
20?
20 years. And how much growth do you have on it over those 20 years if your check is the same every year?
I don't know.
Well, nothing. If your check's the same every year, you're not having any growth on it. It's taking you 20 years to take it out. So
I carried the 0.
Carry the 0. Okay, yeah. Excellent. That's good. Okay, perfect. So here's my question for you. Do you want an income? Is that the most important thing to you? Or what is the most important thing to you? Tell me about that.
I wouldn't say income's the most important thing to me. I just want to keep it nice and safe.
You want to keep it safe?
Yeah.
Okay. So when you say you want to keep it safe, Kevin, this takes a lifetime commitment on an income rider. The way it's going to work is they're going to probably roll it up at 7% until you draw it out in 10 years or whenever it is. But it's a lifetime commitment at that point where they're going to give you a percentage of that, let's say 5% every year for the rest of your life. But you're locked into that if you use it. Is that something that you want to do? Do you want to commit today to something for the rest of your life?
That doesn't sound the same as what I was told.
What were you told? Tell me what you
got
thought.
7% guarantee.
Okay, excellent. So does that seem like something you want, where you've got to commit now to commit to something where it's going to pay you 7%, but you can take 5% out of that number for the rest of your life? Is that something you want?
Yeah, I don't think that sounds like the deal that I thought it was.
Okay, all right. So can I take you back to this then, please?
Yeah.
If that wasn't the deal you thought it was, what I'm talking about is just exactly what it is. Are you going to be okay with safety first, a reasonable rate of return? And I told you in my seminar, I'll tell you again, if you want somebody to guarantee 7%, I'm not the guy. If you want somebody to promise you 8 and 10% every year, for sure I'm not your man. But if you're okay with a reasonable rate of return that's going to average somewhere between 3 to 6%, then maybe I can help you. Is this what you're looking for?
Yeah, that sounds good.
That's going to be okay?
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay, if you're sure, we can go on. A lot of times people have questions. We already had some questions from you here. So I want to make sure we get all your questions answered for you. Okay. Is this just the account we're looking at, your $100,000 403B plan?
That's a 403B, yeah.
Okay, are we going to look at anything else or just that account?
No, that's the one I'm kind of worried about.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a couple questions on where that money is right now? What company is it with right now?
I believe it's with LSW.
LSW? Okay, all right. Do you like that company?
I don't know much about them. I mean, I didn't really have a choice. They kind of gave us a couple choices of where to put our 403B money, so that's where it is right now.
Okay. And do you have somebody who works with you regularly, or is it just kind of a once in a while they help you start it and then you never saw them again type deal?
Yeah, it's just my 403B, so it's the company.
Okay. No real attachment to it then. Okay.
I haven't done anything with it. It's just been sitting there.
Okay. If we can help you keep it safe, are you okay moving that money to someplace where it's going to be safe?
If it makes sense, yeah.
Okay, all right. And do you need any money out of that account right now?
No.
Okay, how's your income right now? Do you have more income coming in than your expenses?
Yeah, it's about $6,000 and maybe expenses around $4,000.
Okay. When do you expect you might need some money out of that account, if ever?
I don't think I really need it.
Never?
No, maybe not. I mean, I might use it every once in a while.
Okay, you might change your mind or do
I
something.
like the fact they were giving me $14,000 a
I
year.
get that,
so,
yeah. On 100,000, wow, that's even better than 7%. That's
7,000, I'm sorry.
That's fantastic. Kevin, do you have other money set aside somewhere? And I'm not trying to pry. I just want to, you might recall I told you in our seminar that for me it's very important that you would have access to whatever money you need for emergencies or enough money to keep your income or your lifestyle rolling without putting any kind of pinch at you at all. So do you have other assets sitting somewhere that you can get at if you need to?
Yeah.
What would that be? Can you share that with me?
Maybe roughly 100,000 in stocks, bonds, mutual funds, brokerage account, and maybe another 50 in savings.
Okay, all right, excellent. So I can try and help you with this today if you're okay with we're not going to have any kind of a guarantee on it. I can help you today with that and keep it safe if you'd like. Would that be okay?
Yeah, that'd be okay.
Okay, all right. I want to make sure that you understand what we covered in our seminar, and I want to be doubly sure that this works for you. So I'm just going to go through the basics of how our accounts work. Some years the market goes up, some years it goes down, other years it goes back up, and other years it goes back down. In the years that the market goes up, I'm holding the green one. In the years that the market goes up, we're going to go up with it, but Kevin, we're never going to get the full growth of the market. That's absolutely the best thing I can tell you is we'll never get the full growth of the market. And why that doesn't sound all that great, here's the nice part about it. When the market goes down, we'll never lose any money when the market goes down. We're just going to sit flat. That's a flat line. Kind of like what's going on between my ears right now, I think. There we go. So when the market starts climbing again, the nice thing about it is we don't have to wait 7 years for our account to start growing or recapture what we lost. When the market starts climbing, we're going to climb with it again. And if the market drops again, we're going to drop with it again. Does that seem like a basic review of what we covered the other night?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
It took me about an hour and a half to cover that, didn't it?
Yeah.
So,
it was long.
I know. Do you like that concept? Is that something that might work for you?
Yeah.
Okay. And sometimes people tell me, oh, Pat, that sounds too good to be true. What's the catch? And I covered a couple catches the other night, but I want to go through them in detail with you a little bit right now if I can. Catch number one is time. And that means you're going to have a commitment of anywhere from 7 to 10 years with me. And that means if you want to take it all out in the first 7 to 10 years, you're not going to be able to without an early withdrawal penalty on it. However, if you can wait 12 months, you can start taking out 10% each and every year without any penalty whatsoever. Okay. Is that going to work for you?
Yeah, that's plenty enough.
Okay, and you said you may not use it at all, so that's okay. That might work for you. Number two, I talked about caps. Caps mean this. There's going to be a maximum that you can't exceed when the market's growing. And I went through that in my seminar. If the cap is 6% and the market grows 8%, what's the most that you could possibly expect to get on your account?
The total cap, right? So I can get 6 to 8, right?
You could get 6 if the cap is 6. So
okay.
If the market goes 8, the most you could expect is 6. You may not even get 6, but the most you could get is 6. Okay? If the market goes 15 and your cap is 6, what's the most you could expect to get?
6.
Okay, perfect.
Is that my cap?
The caps are all over, and I'll let you pick the account, and you'll pick your own caps. How's that? By choosing your account. So
okay.
We'll cover they're different on each plan. The cap works to your advantage when the market's going down. If the market loses 20%, do you remember what I told you the cap can do?
You lose
How does it
nothing,
work for
right?
you? That's
yeah.
right. It's 0. You can't lose anything. So 0 is your hero. The cap is your hero at that point. So are you okay with time and caps? Is that going to work for you?
Yeah, as long as the cap's not too low. 6% seems a little low.
Well, we'll see what the caps are, and then if you like it, that's great. So are you okay with the general concept of that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, and we can help you today with that. We can help you keep your money safe. When do you want it safe?
Probably today.
Okay, all right. Well, let's go on then. We'll take a look at it. I'm just going to share with you a few choices. If you like the choices I offer, that's wonderful. If you don't like them, you're not going to hurt my feelings. This is what I do, but not everybody likes what I do. So let's take a look at it. We're going to have time, a reasonable rate of return, fees, liquidity, and that's 12-month liquidity, Kevin. And we're going to have a bonus on it as well. So, choice number one for you is going to have 7 years of early withdrawal penalties on it. And what that means is if you want to take all of your money out in the first 7 years, you're going to have a bit of an early withdrawal penalty on it that it's just going to cost you some money to take it out. However, your children are the beneficiaries, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. If you tip over and take a dirt nap, they're going to get your money without any penalties whatsoever. And you know what? There's a good chance they're going to spend it. So are you going to be okay with that? Because you don't really have any choice on that.
I've never heard that before, so that's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent. Rate of return on that is going to be maybe 3 to 6%. That's what we hope to average. And honestly, as I said earlier, we don't even know if we'll do that because we don't know what the market's going to do in the future. So we're just going to hope to average somewhere between 3 to 6% on it. Fees, the fees are going to be 0 on it because I don't believe in fees. Liquidity is going to be 10% of your deposit each and every year after 12 months. Will that work for you? Are you okay with that?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, excellent. And the bonus is going to be 0 on it. So if we put $100,000 in, your account's going to open with $100,000 the first day. Do you have questions for me on that?
Yeah, what's the cap on that one?
The cap on that, well, that's a good question. They have several choices. The annual cap on it, I think, is only about 3.5% or 4%. That's the maximum that you can get. They have a monthly point